Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, January 24th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, Misty, and AMZY. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'll do my best to not go too fast and do my best to explain things in a reasonable manner. Keeping in mind, obviously, we have return viewers who have been through this day in and day out. Anyway, so what you see on the screen here, it's basically a download of all of the intraday trades, right? So we take the download from the website and we essentially format it, make it look pretty, and make it look easier to read. So hopefully you guys can get used to this format. If you have any recommendations, I'm all ears, and then we'll go from there. All right, so obviously, it's in order. Pretty much they put it in order of the funds that launched first. So if TSLY has a trade, it's going to be at the top. If OWRK has a trade, it's going to be number 2, Aptly, and so forth. So I know right off the bat when I download the file, if TSLY's not at the top, they didn't have a trade, right? And I know Misty's not going to be at the top. I have to scroll further down. So it makes it a little easier, at least to have an idea of what's going on when you do download it. So that being said, you can see TSLY did have a trade. All right, what did they do? Well, again, I'll do my best to explain what we see here, but basically you see I highlight anything that shows a put and I highlight anything that shows a buy to close. Why do I do that? Well, the put side is just so we can tell, okay, they touched the synthetic, right? So, okay, great, they touched the synthetic, but why? What did they do? Well, if you see on the top, buy call, right? And then right below it, sell put. All right, that means they added to their synthetic. They added 1,800 contracts, right? And they added to the strike price $400, right? So they have a synthetic for 400 and they added 1,800 contracts to that. Okay, easy enough, right? And then what they do? They used those 1,800 contracts and they sold calls on them. They sold calls with an expiration date of next week, and they chose a strike price of 440, which happens to be 6.7% out of the money. Is that a good strike price? That's for you guys to decide. Again, they got earnings next week, so to be honest, I don't think it's a good strike price. I think they should go further out of the money, but I don't know. I think people maybe sentiment is Tesla's going to have bad earnings, but who really, who knows? No one knows. And then going further, we talked about buy to close. What does that mean? All right, this means we're getting towards the end of the week. Yesterday was Thursday, so what happens on Thursday, obviously it could happen earlier in the week too, but mainly Thursday and Friday, is they close out their trades. Because since they sell weekly options contracts, they have to clear them out. They have to cash settle them. They don't let them expire, all right? They can't afford that. They can't risk it. A couple reasons. Obviously, they don't want to get assigned. And number 2, right, they want to roll. They want to open the new trade for the next week. If they let it expire until the end of the day Friday, they can't do anything with those contracts until the following week. So obviously, if they roll it on the Thursday or the Friday, then they can capitalize on all of that time value, now into the weekend. All right, so why do you care if they closed it? Well, you want to check. Did they win? All right, so you see a buy to close. All right, they closed it. Execution price right here, 42 cents. All right, so if you look at 42 cents, is that a win? Yes, it's a win. All right, anything that's under $1 is definitely a win, especially on TSLY. Why do you know that? Well, if you look at the sold call for next week, they got $12.44 credit per share. All right, that's on the sold call. Of course, you have to subtract out the 460 because they did buy a call, right, to protect the the upside cappage per se. So it's actually around what, $8, $7-8. But regardless, that's still a massive credit and more than 42 cents, and that's why we know that they won. All right, and then the other one, buy to close 53 cents, buy to close 63 cents. So yeah, for the most part, just looking at this without going into my other spreadsheet, you can happily say that they won their trades this week. So congratulations, TSLY shareholders. We're starting this 4-week cycle with a freaking winner. All right, now let's see what it looks like. Again, I only cover Tasley and Misty to this level. I used to cover more. Obviously, it's just become too much. The videos have become way too long, and we're down to Tasley and Misty. So that being said, Tasley has two synthetics. They have a 480. They didn't add to this one because Tesla's at 412, right? 412 is closer to 400 than 480. So this 480 is just chilling. It's hanging out. It expires 221. They don't have to touch it until then if they don't want to. Now here's the 400. We can go to see where they added. There it is, 1,800 contracts. And buy, call, sell, put. So they have to pay for the call. They get a credit for the put. In the end, it cost them what, 2.5 million. And why did it cost them money? It's because Tesla is already starting the position above the strike price. Tesla's at 412. The strike price is at 400. So you're going to pay. You got to pay for that position. All right. It's 3.1% above that position. Expires in 29 days. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go to the weeklies tab and we'll have some fun. So how did Tesla do yesterday? T to the S to the L to the A. What do we got? Tesla went down. Oh, my God. It went down 0.66%. Oh, my God. Tesla went down 5.45. I can't talk already. That's not a good sign for this video. Tesla went down 5.48%. Oh, my God. What happened? What do we do? Well, yesterday was ex-dividend date. What happens on ex-dividend date? Well, the ETF will drop by the amount of the distribution plus or minus this action, right? Plus or minus whatever's going on with the underlying and whatever, the holdings calculate to. So in the end, obviously, that's why you got the big drop. But guess what? If you hold Tasley from declaration date, until ex-dividend date, you're going to get a dividend today. It's Friday. It's payday, baby. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, let me zoom out. Get the proper zoom percentages for you guys to see. As you know, we record on a phone in a garage in the cold just for you. So if you enjoy this content, that's right. I'm saying it right now in the middle because I remembered. Please hit the like button. And that's it. All right. Let's keep going. All right. So we talked about the numbers, 53 cents. All right. So 7,000 right here, right? 7,109 contracts. Close price, 53 cents, right? And then here's the close price on the buy call. They sold it for 10 cents, right? So if you look at the credit call spread, right, was it worth it? No, it wasn't. Because why? Because they closed under the strike price. Would it have been worth it if they flew high past the 435 and past the 455? Yes, but they didn't. So the call credit spread proved to be worthless this time around. And some viewers have been yelling at me for not talking about the amounts, but here's the amounts. They closed out they paid 381,000, and they got 71,000. So in the end, this is what matters: profit loss. Okay. So this trade produced a profit of 3.2 mil, and obviously my calculation shows it's an overall win, and that's really what matters. All right. We can bitch and whine about the call credit spreads, but in the end, it's an overall profit, and that's all we care about, right? They're making money. All right. So if they did not do the weekly trades, if they just kept it and just tracked Tesla, then without this, obviously, this is just extra income on top of it. When they lose money, that's when we get pissed off, right? But when we win, let's be grateful and happy about this because it is a good time. Now, the 7,300 contracts, here's what they paid, 63 cents. So obviously, they opened this. They got a 950 credit. They paid 63 cents to close. That's a win. And again, the call credit spread, they paid 455 to get that call, purchase the call to make the call credit spread, but they closed it at 10 cents. So obviously, yes, not worth it. But again, it's essentially insurance, all right? And here's the ending result. Again, profit loss. They made about, a little over 3 mil on this one too. And in the end, it's a win. So good job. Winner, winner, chicken, frickin' dinner, right? And then here, they got the 442.50. They paid 42 cents for that one. It's split amongst the four lines. So if you go to the profit loss on this one, you could see, okay, they made what, 150,000 on one and about 6 million on the other. So awesome. This is good work. We're making money here, right? That's what we're talking about. Now, again, if we go to the numbers, again, the open position on these priors, they were added into the prior 4-week cycle. I want you to keep that in mind. But the closed positions, the debit, that got added to this cycle. So obviously we're adding, the debit, or we'll call it the loss, to this cycle. However, we're adding the open credits for these positions into this cycle. So let's see what we got in total. Again, if you look at the various strike prices, which I didn't highlight, they have a 440, they have a 440, a 437.50, and a 435. So kind of scattered, all right? The 440 is 6.7% out of the money. The 437 is 6.09% out of the money. And the 435 is 5.49% out of the money. Largest position, though, is the 440, which is the highest strike price. So that's good. However, again, Tesla has earnings next week. So we don't know what's going to happen. We can just hope for the best. So should they have credit call spreads across earnings? Abso-freaking-lutely. Should they have this wide of a gap? I mean, it's actually not completely terrible from what I've seen in the past, but it's still $40 there. What we got? It's around $40 on all of them, essentially. And if you're wondering what kind of credit did we get for opening these positions, right? We got about 1.3 mil, we got about 11 mil, we got about 5 mil, and then we got about 6 mil. So that gets added into the overall net income that you see on the top on cell N1, okay? So that's Tasley, right? That's Tasley trades. Now, what about outstanding shares? Did people buy in yesterday? Did they buy on X date because they think they're getting a discount? Well, they did for sure. 4.9 million additional outstanding shares. That's a 5.47% increase in outstanding shares. That's a lot, actually. That's a lot. All right, let me move this freaking heater back so it's hitting me appropriately. All right. I started it like a whole 30 seconds earlier before I got in here. I don't think it did anything. All right, but anyway, here we go. Here's the recap. 30-day IV, 64%. Outstanding shares, 94.4 mil. All right, total net income so far. Again, we just started this freaking cycle. How many days? Well, if I click daily income, it has the formula, right? Divide by 2. All right, so 2 days. All right, so we have 2 days. We're 2 days in, and we made 22.3 mil. That's awesome, right? Is that awesome? Yes, it is. So what does that come to? That comes to a distribution of 24 cents per share so far, a daily income of 12 cents, a daily yield of 0.88%. And if you annualize that sucker, that's 321%. Obviously, that's not realistic. Again, because they've been open for freaking 2 days. So we're annualizing it based on that. And once we get through a weekend, this will become, a little more realistic in the 100% range, maybe something like that. So yeah, congratulations, Tasley. You won. But wait, did they have some open, right? Do they have some open? Let's see. Or is that Misty? So if we go here, let's check. Again, anything in gray we covered previously. Any 124s left open? No. Okay, so Tasley's done. They're done. Tasley Fund Manager can actually take off today, and they can go out and party for the weekend. So here's your trophy. You won the week. Congratulations. Now, when you come back next week, don't be surprised if you get your ass kicked because Tesla has earnings. So enjoy the weekend for now, and then come in next week, and be ready. Be ready, man. Be ready. Okay, here we go. Group A, they declare again, 26 days. Obviously, that's far away because they just declared, and that's on February 19th. All right, here's the fun part. Finally, we can have some fun on the payment side. All right, synthetic income, well, it costs right now 2.4 mil. That's from adding that position earlier because it costs money. And then we look at the weeklies, 22.3 mil. Total net income combined, 19.8 mil. All right, so we could look at total income per share, that's 21 cents. But better yet, let's just look at the weeklies. The weeklies are now producing 24 cents per share. Look at that win-loss rate. Oh my God, enjoy it now. It won't last. 4-0. All right, what does the Rotometer say? Oh my God, the Rotometer is out of control. Obviously, again, you can't really judge it, but let's have fun with it. it shows a $3.32 estimate with a 320% yield. Again, why? It's because it's estimating how much it made across 2 days. And this is assuming you're going to make that same amount of money within 2 days. So we need, we need this cycle to begin, go through the weekend, let's get to like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then this estimate will be maybe a little more realistic. Here's the more realistic payment. We have a 64% IV. Now the payment based on that is now 66 cents. Why is it so low? Well, that's because the price of Tasley did drop on ex-dividend date. So obviously the estimate will drop. It is what it is. All right, so here's the holdings information. What do we got? Let's see. We got a 400 and a 480, right? How we doing with that? We're doing, it's rough, man. Look at the 480. So what does that mean? It means you take my money when I'm in need. So what does that mean? Take my money when I'm in need. Oh my God. See this put? Oh my God, negative $143 million. We have to pay that amount to close on 221. That's a lot of money, right? Because that's part of the synthetic position, right? The other side of it, where's the 480 here? The 20 mil. The call is worth 20 mil, right? It's not worth a lot because why? Because 480 is way up there in price. Is Tesla going to get to 480? Hey, you never know, man. You got earnings. If we have good earnings, we can actually make money on this. But again, it's a synthetic. It's a synthetic. It tracks the underlying. We can't control the underlying. But what we can control is what are they doing on the weeklies. We talked about the weeklies, but there they are. Look at that beautiful blue colors. Let's see how they do for next week. And look, by the way, they're cash positive. So they're running their money a little better now. All right, so the value of this fund is 1.2 bill. The NAV is 1344, trade price 1345, okay, penny off. Synthetic is a negative 106 mil. Well, we know that, right? Because we sang Gold Digger. And yeah, we'll see how things play out. So that was Tasley. Does everyone still like Tasley? I know there's a love-hate thing. Tasley's the originator of all this. So if I'm going to do Tasley first, of course, I'm going to follow it up with Misty. Oh, by the way, I did add a subtotal for the day yesterday. All those trades, they netted an income of 19.8 mil, in case you were wondering. All right. Now let's scroll down to Misty, because I like to do the two after, one after the other. Oh my God. So obviously, yes, I was busy yesterday. Signed off of work, downloaded the trades, and I said, oh my God, right? But yeah, that's something from Howard Stern, isn't it? Oh my God. Is that George Takei? I can't remember. But anyway, so MSTY. Okay. Let me catch my breath. Whew. Oh my God, I left my freaking water in the bathroom. What a jackass. I'm going to have to walk mid-video to go get it. All right, so let's see. Misty bought a close. What'd they do? 70 cents. Yes, win. So again, when you see buy to close, they're closing out the weeklies. We don't see any pink puts, right? Or purple puts, whatever color it is. We don't see them. So they didn't touch the synthetic, okay? But if they did, you would know, because they were going to make a lot of money when they start closing out that synthetic. All right, so again, buy to close 70 cents, buy to close 82 cents. What does that mean? It means they won their trades as well. So they did a buy to close. They closed out their calls for this week. And guess what? They opened calls for next week. And you could see, what are the credits? 964, 1034. Good money. We got good money because we got good IV. Hopefully they went far enough out of the money, which, we can see on here, but we'll go through it on the other spreadsheet. The out of money percentage, it's in column L. But yeah, actually, I'm going to go get the damn water. So bear with me as I walk to the bathroom. Walking. Hopefully I left it there. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Little water break, right? Close that. So, all right, there you go. There you go. Was that so painful? Probably. Might get yelled at for that one. But, hey, this is a long video. Sometimes you need a drink of water. Oh my God. All right, let's go. So, this is Misty, right? Misty. But let's look at the spreadsheet. Okay, right? A lot going on here. They didn't touch the synthetic, but they do have two. They have a 315, and right now, MSTR, they are 18% above this synthetic strike of 315. That's awesome. What does that mean? Well, means we're going to make a lot of money when they close this sucker out. So stay tuned. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good day. And then, actually, how many do they have left in that? 21,540. Okay. That's a decent amount still. All right. The other synthetic is a 390. MSTR, again, is at 373. 4% away for that one. So if they're adding new positions, they'll probably add it to this one. So, but we'll see, man. Crypto is about to get crazy under the current administration if things go through as they said. But hey, you never know, man. You never know. Anyway, let's talk about this. MSTR, it went down 1.11% yesterday. MSTY went down 0.51%. So obviously MSTY went down a little less than the underlying. So that's a good thing, right? Just like how we get capped on the upside, we don't go down as much on the downside. So fine, good stuff. Now, again, there was a lot of trades yesterday, so I will do my best to not make this too painful, but let's see how they did. Oh my God. There we go. We did it. Yay. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's cold in here. I'm done with the winter, by the way. It's time to move. We do have a 395 position untouched. All right, so they left this one open. This one expires today. So beware. MSTR is at 373. We need to stay under 395 to win this trade. All right. But in the meantime, let's talk about what they closed out yesterday. They closed out the higher strikes because they were much cheaper to close, because they essentially won those by a mile, right? Because you look, they paid 90 cents, 84 cents, 82 cents, 84, 82, 70 cents, okay? So those are all wins and successful, good, nice, easy profit. Of course, did the call credit spread do anything? No. The call credit spread is going to be helpful when we get blown through, right? When we get blown through the strike price. So it's already a loss at that point. It's just like helping the loss, right? It's minimizing the loss. So keep that in mind. All right, so how much did we win yesterday? I know everyone's wondering that. Profit loss column, if you look, right, you see the profit on the call, 10.9 mil. The debit, obviously that's how much we lost on the credit on the buy call. But in the end, like on this one, we made about 7.25 mil approximately. This one we made about 6 mil. Again, good money, right? Good money. If you don't do options, you're not making this money. All right. How much we make on this one? About a little over almost 2 to 3 mil. This one, about 9 mil. That's what we're talking about, man. We're freaking making money. 3 to 4 mil on that one, and then we got about 1 mil on this one. So obviously the win-loss, you see, win. I mean, I know I've been bitching a lot lately, but it's good to get some freaking wins. Finally, right? Finally. So things worked out this week. I know we're not done. We still got the 395. So, but things, this is good. This is good stuff. Because again, if we're selling options weekly, that's basically this fund. Like if we're losing week in and week out, then there's really no point. But then you get weeks like this, it's like, oh my God, hallelujah. I love it. All right. So since they closed out the old positions, obviously they're going to open the new ones. Oh, there's another 395, by the way. That expires today. So here's all the new ones. Now, oddly enough, They rolled four of those, right? Four trades into four new trades, four call credit spreads, of course. But they chose the same damn strike price, 415, 415, 415, 415. Okay, 415. The out of the money percentage, though, 11.22%. So we got double digit out of the money percent. That's okay. 6 trading days. But same strike price. How do we feel about that? You guys tell me, right? I'm not talking for you. But yeah, man, they made, look at all this. All of this gets added now into the income at the top, cell N1 at the top, which unfortunately is still a loss, but still, this is just, again, money that you would not make otherwise if you're just investing in the underlying, right? We invest in these because we want them to do options on the underlying and then pay us a percentage of that, right? Pay us some of that income. That's the whole thing. It's not really honest. It's not rocket science. And sometimes it goes our way, sometimes it doesn't. But in the end, we get paid no matter what, all right? Outstanding shares. What are we doing? Oh, we got additional 550,000, which is only an increase of 0.81%. So it's not that fantastic. All right, here's the recap. 30-day IV, 96%. Let's get that sucker above 100, all right? Outstanding shares. See, the problem is if they add this to like the Federal Reserve, like if they add Bitcoin, more so there, like it's going to be safer. It's going to become a safer and safer play, making this much less volatile, which is not as fun. So all I'm going to say is let's enjoy the ride for now. This IV, 2-3 years from now, it could be much less. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. I hope not. I hope it's crazy volatile forever. But I don't know. As the supply goes down and down, it could go down with it. All right. Anyway, sorry. But hopefully, I don't care. I'm not going to think that far ahead. Let's keep moving. Outstanding shares, 68.6 mil. Total net income, it's a loss of 47.8 mil. But we're getting better. Reaction, oh yeah. Or we could be like, yeah. Right? Who says that? I'm assuming everybody knows that, right? We don't have to test people. Group D declares again in 19 days on 2/12. All right, let's look at this payment info. All right. So remember, that's synthetic. We closed out some of it. In that little bit, we made 235.5 mil. All right, we lost 47.8 mil. We know that, right? Let's just double check the numbers. Yep, it's picking up from there. That's good. And total net income, we got 187.6 mil. So we're going to use that number because the short call per share, it's a loss. So we use the green, the total income per share. $2.73. Win losses, 6 wins, 13 losses. Again, not ideal, but this was a good week. All right, Misty Rodometer. The green, it's useless because the weeklies aren't performing. So, we look at the IV. The IV, 97% IV would pay a $2.17 distribution. The last distribution was $2.27. Okay. All right, holding information. What do we got? Well, the synthetic is very valuable. We don't even have to go through that. We just go right down here. Look at that. 82 mil it's worth. It kind of went down, I guess, but it's worth $1.21 per share. And then obviously we have the calls. You can see the expiration dates. We do have the 124s here, right? The 395 strike is just chilling. Right now it would cost $2.01 to close, or 1.8 mil. So will they close that on the open? Will they close that towards the end of the day? I think it depends on several factors, right? We don't know. Again, plus it's not easy for them to get these trades in. They're dealing with a ton of shares. So they have we just hit a button and we're like, yee, one contract, right? They got 9,300 contracts. So they got their, a little more complex situation. So they have to make sure they get this well before, the 4 o'clock mark, which, again, what time is that? I don't know. Should they tell us? That'd be awesome, right? That would be awesome. But anyway, that's the 124. And then obviously we got the 131. That's for next week. Let's let that play out. The loaner, the 415, just chilling. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Going down here, total net asset value. We are still kicked out of the $2 billion club. We are just, hanging out at the top, waiting to be, we're like outside of the club, waiting to get in. We're watching all the hot girls go in, all the gold diggers. But here we are, because we can't hit that $2 billion mark. We're sitting outside, freezing our ass off with a crappy little heater that doesn't even work that good, right? So anyway, the total net asset value is 1.9 bill. The NAV is 28.97. The trade price is 29.04. All right, that's the close price as of yesterday. It's a 7-cent gap, if you care. Okay, so let's go back. So here's, again, the intraday trades. We're going to scroll back to the top to see, because we covered Tasley, we covered Misty. Took longer than I want, it always does. OWARC, again, that's not one of the funds we cover, but obviously they closed out some positions for yesterday. What they paid, $1.29 on the call. Yeah, that looks like they lost. Aptly, by the close, 18 cents. They won their trade. That's good. GUI, 288. They lost their trade. Again, sometimes on the Friday episode, again, a lot of positions are closed on the Thursday, so I briefly, as I'm skimming, I'll cover them in a faster manner, so don't be too annoyed here. All right, and then we get to Coney. Yeah, I didn't cover Nephilim because they didn't close anything. They just added to their synthetic. But if we get to Coney, what do we see? Okay, we got buy to close. What does that mean? Well, we know what that means. That means they closed the position. They paid $1.14, okay? $1.14 to close what? Right? What strike? The 320 strike. 320 strike. And Coney, look at the stock price, column K, 296, okay? So not cheap, but they closed it and they won, all right? That's a winning trade. Why? How do we know that? Well, look at the new position. That's typically around what they get, 658 credit. So obviously, yes, good job. Same thing here, by the close, 79 cents. That's a winning trade, right? Obviously, they closed out last week's calls in a profitable position. We don't have the same breakdown as the other spreadsheets, but I'm just telling you that based on what I see here, okay? Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so let's get to the holding spreadsheet. We have that right here. We're going to jump to Coney because that's what came up next. And let's see how Coin did. Actually, real quick, I just want to make sure AMZY and the other didn't have a trade, right? And NVDY, no. All right, so I hear noise upstairs. God forbid anyone sleep. All right, so that's Coney. We'll go back. Here we go. All right, so we'll do all these tabs in a row then. So Coin yesterday, it went up 0.05%. Coney went up 0.43%. Look at that. So how does that work? What happens, right? So again, what we say on flat days, right? On flat days, what happens? Since we're selling weekly calls, and especially if we're in a winning spot, the time value will, lower the cost that it costs us to close out those calls. So if the amount to close cost us less, the total net asset of the fund will increase, right? And then in return, the NAV will increase. In return, the stock price will increase. So that's why we beat the underlying yesterday. That is why we are awesome, right? So 800% we beat it. So look at that. That's a good day. We like days like that. However, let's see where we're at, though. We do have three synthetics, a 280, a 300, and a 320. Coin is at 296, essentially right in the middle. We could sing Gold Digger, but we'd probably be wasting our vocals, so I don't think we have to. Now, let's look at the calls. Again, let's see what we got this week. So if we go to QSIP, column D, expiration dates, we still got a lot of January 24th, which is today, obviously, expiration date. And then we got the 131 with the new position at the bottom. So let's go through what we're left with. So top section, here we go. 8,000 contracts, 295 strike price, 0.34% in the money. Yeah, that's unfortunate. In the money. What does that mean? That means right now we could lose, right? Overall, it's pretty close though, I'm sure. The break even, obviously, it puts us a little above what we can handle without losing money. But right now you see it costs $5.40 per share or 4.3 mil. What did we make on the original trade? That's the question. Again, we don't track it like the others, but it's obviously close. So the other positions, 10,000 contracts, 302.50 strike price, 2.19% out of the money. That's close, but at least it's out of the money. Then we got 5,890 contracts, 320 strike price, 8.1% out of the money for that one. All right. That one's looking pretty good. Again, for one trading day, I think we got this. But overall, the overall sentiment, what do we want to happen for coin? We kind of just want it to stay flat, to be honest. If it goes down a little, even better. So we don't need any green out of coin today. That is for sure, because we want to win all these trades, because we are greedy bastards. We want all the premium. Give me all the damn premium. All right. So anyway, the other trades for next week: 15,515 contracts. That's a 317.50, and that's 7.26% out of the money. Well, that's for 6 trading days. So again, who knows? Anything can happen. All right. What's the synthetic worth? It's in the negative right now, negative 29 mil. The total net asset value of this fund is 1.1 billion. The NAV is 1384, trade price 1386. Here's the quick recap. 30-day IV of coin is 78%. The estimate based on that for Coney is 83 cents. They're part of Group C. They declare in 12 days. Now we'll go backwards. Now we'll do AMZY. All right, so how did Amazon do yesterday? Well, just like, coin, Amazon stayed kind of flat. It went up 0.17%. And guess what? On boring flat days, typically, the ETF beat the underlying. That's what I'm talking about, by 235%. Because AMZY went up 0.41%. Oh, yeah. Is AMZY the best? Sometimes. All right, so here's the AMZY holdings. Amazon is currently at 235.42. They have a synthetic at 210. So obviously, very, very profitable spot for that synthetic. They have, they opened their position for next week, January 31st. That's already opened. I guess they did that. What did they do that yesterday? I don't remember. But they have 12,830 contracts, 240 strike price, 1.95% out of the money. Is that safe? Well, I mean, probably not. Who knows? Amazon don't move as much, but you never know. The total net asset value of AMZY is 295 mil. The NAV is 1950, trade price 1951. The synthetic, which we said is very profitable, is worth 33.6 mil, which would come to 222 per share should they close out that position today. 30-day IV of Amazon is 35%. IV estimate for AMZY based on that would be 53 cents. They're part of Group D, and they declare again in 19 days, which is on February 12th. Okay, last but not least is NVDY. Same thing, man. Nice, flat, boring-ass day. We like it. We like it a lot. So NVIDIA went up 0.1%. NVIDIA went up even more, 0.38%. So they beat it by 372%. So look at that. Clean sweep out of the 3 here. That is what I'm talking about. All right, what about their synthetics? What do they got going? Well, they got freaking 4 synthetics. They got a 127, a 135, a 138, a 148. Look at NVIDIA, though. They're at 147.22, baby. Oh, man. Oh, man. So they're going to make some money on these synthetics. We know it. Unless NVIDIA tanks, of course. NVIDIA's been kind of doing pretty good as of late. All right, so now we go to the QSIP column. Let's see the expiration date, 1/31. Okay, so NVIDIA, they have a call for next week, and that's it. That's it, just a loner, one call, one stinking strike price, 108,840 contracts, 152.50 strike price, 3.59% out of the money. All eggs, one basket. This is a big gamble. Are we going to win? Who knows? NVIDIA's been green, so maybe not. All right, total net asset value of this fund, 1.5 bill. The NAV is 23.67. The trade price is 23.70. Good stuff. The synthetics we talked about, doing fantastic. They are worth 129.1 mil. That's $1.93 per share. Oh, yeah. All right, 30-day IV of NVIDIA, 38%. IV estimate based on that, that's for NVIDIA, 69 cents. They're part of Group B, and they declare in 5 days. What does that mean? That means Sunday morning, we will guesstimate what NVDY is going to pay. What do you think? If they close out a synthetic today, ooh, that will change my numbers. But as of right now, you might get a boring ass estimate. But hopefully they close out. Why not close out one, right? Close out the 127. I know it's more work for me, but why not? And then roll it to the 148 at the money. What? I wouldn't mind. Would you? All right, we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's that. I just want to go back to the other sheet, though. I know it's not Saturday, but again, I just want to skim through the others. So what else we got? We got Disso by the close 187. And then they open the new one. Wait, they buy the close 187. Where's the new one? Short sell, 84 cents. Yeah. Damn, they don't get much on their freaking premium. Look at, they sold a call next week, 84 cents per share. That's weak sauce, man. So, yeah, they lost. They lost their trade. Yuck. Then we got Zomo by the close. Oh, man, they paid 2 cents. They won. They won that trade. Wait, yeah, strike price. Yep, they won that trade. And then let's see what they made. Not 89 cents. That ain't much either. Now, again, look at it. SQY. Look at the freaking underlying. XYZ. Why? SQ was cool. Now, is YieldMax going to change their ETF to XYZ? I hope not. Don't want to be saying that now. All right, so, or they could just do XYYZ. I don't know. By the close, 11 cents. They won their trade anyway. So we talked about Misty. I'll skim past that. YBIT. This is another fan favorite. So real quick, I'll cover 18 cents. They won. Okay, 30 cents. They won. By the close, 12 cents. They won. Wait, are we sure they won? Let's see. The next, right? They sold for next week. Their call, 89 cents per share. That one, $1.10. Yeah, so you can see that they make around 70 to a little over $1 when they sell calls per share. So obviously, if they're closing out at 12 cents, 30 cents, then they won their trade. All right. So that's basically the kind of the justification I give it. Then we got buy-in puts. Again, I don't even like covering these inverses, so I'm just gonna skip through crash. Buy to close 3 cents. GDXY, they won their trade. AMZY buy to close 9 cents. They won their trade. YQQQ, again, I'm skipping over the inverse because I don't cover them and I'll probably won't give it justice. So, and then we got freaking Ulti. Way too much going on here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Buy to close call. Sell put. What in the hell? All right, I'm just going to look at the buy to close. Buy to close 374. That's not good. All right, they lost that one. 23 cents. MU, that's a win. Buy to close on Roku 312. That's probably a loss. Buy to close on Babo. Hey, Babo. Buy to close 144. That's close, but it looks like it's probably a loser. So, yeah, Ulti overall looks like some losing trades. Then we got Biggie. Can't you see? Cisco, no, getting their ass kicked by the close 335. So that's not a winner. And then LFGY, man, it's going to be a good fund. No closures there. GPTY, this is a new fund. I think it launched yesterday, actually. So let's see what they got in there, if you guys are wondering. They got Meta, CRM, Microsoft, Tesla, Apple, IBM, Amazon, Avgo, TSM, Qualcomm, Oracle, MRVL, Google, ANET, Snow, AMD, Palantir, NVIDIA, INTC, QQQ, and AI. All right, so those are the underlyings of GPTY, and because I know I got some messages. What do you think of this? I can't keep track anymore, guys. I can't cover all the funds, but lucky for you, there are a lot of YieldMax YouTubers, so go check them out. Some are pretty good. I don't watch all of them. I'm sure there's some I miss. I try to tell them to come to the Discord and share their content under the shared videos so everyone can see, and also I could see who's out there. But it's not easy. So you got to give, show some love to the new YouTubers. All right, give them a chance. They're doing their best. They want to be, they want to cover these funds, and let them. All right, because I'm not going to cover these funds. I mean, I'll cover them, part of the estimate or something. I don't know. We'll see. But it's just too much. All right, so we did that. That's all the trades. That's all the funds. So now we're going to go to pre-market. All right, so if I refresh Market Watch, what time is it? Good God, it's 5:53. Let's do this quick. All right, Tesla is up 0.6%, 414.87. Tasley is up 0.52%, 1352. NVDY is down 0.18%, 146.95. NVDY is down 0.02%, 2370. Coin is up 2.07%, 302.13. Coney is up 1.59%, 1408. MSTR is they're up 2.85%. What's that strike? 395? Sorry, I gotta go back and check. Okay, that's the magic number. 395. We are at 383. We gotta stay under 395. 395, 395, 395. Okay, we'll see. MSTY is up 2.2%. It's at 2968. TSLY is up 1.15%, 2822. TNA is down 0.32%, 4605. AMZY is up 0.51%, 989. AMZY is up 0.36%, 1958. Bitcoin is up 1.9%, 105,284. BitX is up 4%, 6414. Soxel is down 0.89%, 3461. SMCI is up 0.84%, 3376. SMCY is up 2.02%, 2520. Palantir is up 0.2%, 7914. Platy is up 0.81%, 6936. TSM is up 0.08%, 224.80. TSMY is not updated. They're at 1990. Mara is up 1.3%. They're at 2021. Okay, so that's the pre-market in case any of you cared. I know I do. That's more for me. Hopefully it helps you guys out. Like if you're driving to work and you don't feel like checking the stock prices, it just gives you an idea of, what the hell's going on. But again, keep in mind, this is as of 5:57 a.m., okay? All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment, so hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we will try again next time. But yeah, if you enjoy this content, like I said before, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave it down in the comments below. If you would like to help out this channel further, feel free to share this content with your friends and your family. Outside of that, since I'm freezing my ass off still, I'm going to kind of end it there. But before I do, we're going to talk about the keyword. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to say the freaking keyword. What is the keyword? What is the keyword? Well, you guessed it. That's right. The keyword is 395. 395. We need MSTR to close below 395. So let's have fun with this. Let's keep that number in mind. We want we have room. MSTR can go up, but it can't go past 395. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove that you did, all you have to do is type in the comments 395. 395. We can do it. You can do it. All right, guys. On that note, let's get through this workday. Let's get to the weekend. And then, hopefully we win some trades. Obviously, I will talk to you guys tomorrow on the Saturday morning version where we go through all the trades, all the intraday trades. We'll see how everyone did. Of course, with the focus on the main five, which we spoke of today. All right, guys. I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Later.